Ugh, that was some pretty hard love Graybeard gave me about my behaviors and reactions. I decided I really, really, really don't want to be that person. That person. You know. So I've decided to go back to Dr. Nana and work on my issues. I said, "Hey, Mr. Tallyman, schedule me banana." And then I asked Graybeard to take me for a walk just before I went into my session so I could get as good and calm as I could before going in. Even so, Dr. Nana seemed to sense the trepidation raging beneath the veneer of my inner-centeredness. He spoke calmly and didn't ask any provocative, triggering questions like, "How's it going?" or "How have you been?" He said, "Can you tell me why you are here?" And I said, "I want to be healthy." He said, "What does that mean to you, to be healthy?" I said, "Being healthy is reacting appropriately to my environment, knowing who I am, and making good choices." He said, "How do you know if you are reacting appropriately?" When I am healthy, I am a good musician. I am in tune with myself, I am calibrated, and I know where A440 is, which is actually lower than I play. It's lower than most people play. But I choose 440 because I was trained at 440, and it's easier for me to bring my pitch up than down, way easier. If anything, I like to play high. I know this about myself, or I used to. I have no pitch reference anymore. I can hear I'm off, but I have no idea if I'm sharp or flat. I feel flarp. I'm just constantly reacting and trying to adjust to people around me. I don't trust myself anymore. Dr. Nana said, "Wow, it sounds like you just played an 8-week service, subbing for 6 different shows in 6 different Broadway pits with mostly subs." I was like, "What? How do you know what that's like?" Dr. Nana laughed. "I have a brother who's a reed player. He's a doubler, been on Broadway since God knows when. He says pitch is a bitch down there." I couldn't believe it. I said, "That's crazy. Wait, I thought banana slugs were a West Coast thing. How do you survive out of your habitat?" Dr. Nana said, "Think about it. We need dark, moist environments." I laughed. "Of course. The Broadway pit." Nana smiled. "My brother is always complaining about the pitch in the pit. He says it's hard on the ears. And he doesn't even have ears. She says if she didn't have her quartet, she'd go crazy. She has a jazz combo, piano, drums, bass, and reeds." I said, "Wait, your brother is a she?" Nana said, "Whatever. Her band is named Diana Banana, and her band with appeal." I said, "Oh, I get it. Not so many male names could make that work. What's his male name?" Dr. Nana said, "What would you want it to be?" I said, "I hate it when you shrinks do that. I just wanted to know if I've worked with him before. There was a doubler at the Schubert Theater who I swear looks exactly like you." Dr. Nana said, "Okay. Diana's other name is Areolamax. That's the name of the genus for our North American species of terrestrial slug. He goes by Max." I said, "Good call, because Areoli doesn't really sound like a man's name." Max Nana. Got it. Tenor sax, alto, and flute. Dr. Nana said, "That's him. Small world." We actually have a lot of musicians in our family. I have a cousin on my dad's side who plays the guitar in New York, studio stuff mostly, but we're originally from Seattle. I have a cousin, Kurt Cobain Nana. He started out here playing guitar and singing with a band called Kurt Cobain Nana and his band from Nirvana. I said, "That sounds familiar. I might have heard of them." Nana said, "Okay, enough. Enough about the music biz. We need to get back to your intonation issues." I said, "One more question. Are you a musician?" He said, "Yes. I play in a traditional Irish folk music group, but I'm not really that good. I lack the discipline to be a great instrumentalist." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, I can usually make it through the first set, but during the break, I end up eating my instrument, and then I'm screwed." I said, "What instrument do you play?" He said, "Fiddlehead. So delicious. I always think I'm going to make it, and I'm telling the guys, 'Hey, help me out here. Get this fiddlehead away from me.' But we always do this one chart near the end of the first set, and the chorus goes, olive oil, garlic, and a little bit of salt. And then I can't stop thinking about the break coming up. One time, I started eating my instrument on the stage. It's that bad." I said, "Oh, come on. You shouldn't feel bad about that. I chose my instrument because I thought it was a kind of food. It wasn't, but I thought it was." He said, "What instrument do you play?" I said, "Cello." I was like, "Yeah, sounds good. I thought it was cherry jello, like in the song." Dr. Banana said, "What song is that?" "Cello, sweet cherry pie, strumming for us, my. Cello, sweet cherry muffin, strumming for us, Dr. B laughed. Oh, I see. How lovely. I said, shh, I am not finished. Well, I looked over at Jordan, and what did he say? Strumming fourths and turning the page. Bring your bow to rehearsal every time. Strumming's great, but not all the time. Dr. B interrupted me again to ask, who is Jordan? And I said, he's my stand partner. Please, I am not finished. Cello, sweet cherry jello, strumming fourths, la 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 la. Cello, sweet cherry, ate it, strumming fourths, Dr. B started laughing and said, how old were you when you started? I said, 36. He said, wow, I thought real string players had to start early. I said, I meant 36 months. Dr. B nodded. 36 months, huh? Still, 3 is like old. I mean, if you want to be competitive. I said, well, I meant 36 weeks. I started when I was 36 weeks old, and I liked cello because cherry flavor is delicious, and I didn't have any teeth. Dr. Nana said, oh, well, 36 weeks is pretty good. You know, you got to start young if you want to be serious. I have a cousin who started when she was 36 minutes. I started chuckling. Oh, wow. Oh, she must have been like a prodigy. Dr. B said, yeah, they wanted her to play guitar, but she started crying and wouldn't stop. And everyone was like, what's wrong, honey? What's wrong with playing guitar? And my uncle said, someone talk to her. Find out why she doesn't like guitar. And then my grandmother said, don't fret, little one. And she stopped crying. So everyone said, well, if she doesn't want to fret, then let's have her play the fiddlehead. And then they all said, no, that won't do. Uncle B will eat it every time. So that's how she ended up playing the cello, and she hasn't fretted since. Now, I don't know why this struck me as funny, but I started laughing and laughing, thinking about that little baby slug playing the cello with her 4 little peni sticking out her head. After I stopped laughing, I said, okay, that felt really good. And I said, thanks for telling me about your family and about eating your instrument. I know it's probably not standard practice, but it really helps me get past the slug thing. Dr. Nana said, right? Now you're remembering all those musicians you used to freelance with, thinking, hey, wait, no big deal. I know a lot of slimy guys. Dr. Nana said it's not standard practice to have any relationship outside of therapy, but you're living in a small town now, he said. There are hardly any degrees of separation. You're Carol's daughter, aren't you? I said yes. Dr. Nana said, you look just like your sister. One of the kids in my clutch was in her homeschool group when she lived down here in Whidbey. I said, that's crazy. And that's all we did for today. He gave me an assignment to work on until our next session. He wants me to practice long tones with my tuner. I told him, hey man, the horn playing is fine. I was just using intonation as a metaphor. And he said, yeah, but it's a good metaphor. It's also something you understand and care about. I think it's good to start with something you know.